Alright, when you watch this video, hit pause and try the problems first on your own, and then watch the video to check to see if you got it correct. If you get it wrong, you can take a look at how I solved the problem and how I thought about it, so that the next time through, hopefully you get it correct. You will be asked to take a picture of these practice problems, so make sure that you write your practice down. Alright, if we wanted to find out how much a lawn care company would charge for 4 times coming, we would have to do 54 times the 4. And when we do 54 times 4, we get 216. Now if we wanted to figure out how much they would charge for 6 times, we would have to do 54 times 6. And we would get 324. So if you notice, there's some common themes when we write our equation. We can see that in both equations we have it 54 times, and what's changing is this number here. So when we write our general equation, it's going to be 54 times, and then we have to think about what that number in yellow that keeps changing represents. So that number in yellow represents the number of times that the lawn care company comes. So I may say N for number of times they come mow the lawn or whatever. And the equals is going to be different, obviously, because if they come a different number of times, it's going to cost a different amount. But those numbers represent the cost. And so 54 is $54 per visit. The N is the number of times they come. And the C is our total cost. Alright, let's take a look at this one. A gym charges a one-time membership fee of $150, then charges $60 per month. So no matter what, when I go to this gym, I'm going to have to pay $150 up front. Now it's $60 per month, and I'm going to join for 5 months. So I have to also pay $60 for 5 months. So I have 5 groups of 60 that I'd have to pay. And when I do that calculation, 60 times 5 is 300, plus the 150, I would be paying $450. Now, if the cost for joining the gym for 12 months, well, I still have to pay the membership fee, and it's still $60 per month, but I have to do that 12 times, so it'd be 60 times 12. And 60 times 12 is 720, plus the 150, so 720 plus 150 is 870. Okay, so let's look at what we see in common with these equations. I'm always doing 150 plus, so it'll be 150 plus. We can see that, oops. Let me undo that. We can see that we are still doing 60 times in both cases because it's $60 per month. So we would have 60 times. But then here's what's changing. When we look at this number here, the 5 and the 12 are changing. So we're going to use a variable to represent what they stand for. The 5 and the 12 represented the number of months, so we would have M for number of months. And then obviously this price over here at the end is changing because it's a different amount of months. And so I might say C for total cost. So here is my 150, that's my membership fee. The 60 is $60 per month. M is the number of months, and C is our cost. All right, Ben's decided to go on a diet and lose weight. He currently weighs 295 pounds. Each week, his goal is to lose 2 pounds. What will Ben weigh after 8 weeks if he's able to meet his goal? So he starts off with 295 pounds and he's losing weight. So we are going to be subtracting from that amount. And he loses 2 pounds every week. So he's losing 2 pounds for 8 weeks. So 2 times 8 is 16. So 295 minus 16 is 279. So he would weigh 279 pounds. All right, after 10 weeks. So he's still 295, but now he's going to lose 2 pounds every week for 10 weeks. So 2 times 10 is 20, and 295 minus 20 is 275. All right, so we're going to look at what's similar in each of these. So we're always doing 295 minus because he starts out as 295 and he's losing weight. And he's losing at a rate of 2 pounds every week. So it's always going to be minus 2 times the number of weeks. That's what our number here is, the 8 and the 10. And then this equation tells me his new weight, what he'll weigh after he's been on the diet. So I'll maybe do P for pounds. So 295 is the original weight. He's losing 2 pounds per week. W is the number of weeks. And P is the new weight in pounds. All right, here's our last one. Jenny and her younger brother Nick are running a race. Since Nick is younger, Jenny gives him a head start of 18 feet. Jenny can run at a pace of 3 feet per second, but Nick can only run at a pace of 1.5 feet per second. When will both kids be tied? So I think setting up a table would be the easiest way to approach this problem and think about when they're going to tie. Now, Nick gets a head start. So when we look at Nick, so Nick gets a head start of 18 feet, but he can only run at 1.5 feet per second. So Nick, he starts off at 18 feet and he is gaining at a rate of 1.5 feet per second. So S for second, and that will be his distance. Now his older brother Jenny, she doesn't get a head start. So she doesn't have any number to begin with, but she can run faster at 3 feet per second. So it would be 3 feet per second is her distance. So we can just make a table of values. And think about when they'll match up. So we'll think at 0 seconds, Nick would be at 18, and Jenny would be way back at the starting line as 0. All right, after 1 second, Nick would be at 19.5, and Jenny would be at 3. You're just going to continue this process until you find out when they'll match up. Okay, so you can see I had to go pretty far in my table, but after 12 seconds, both kids have reached 36 feet. So they tie after 12 seconds. They've both gone 36 feet in the race.